Yeah, so I wrote my book Untrapped, Freedom Manifesto, because there are so many people that don't realize that they're trapped because they might love their job. They might be getting paid a lot of money. How can I feel trapped if I love what I do? How can I feel trapped if I'm making $300,000 a year and my bills are paid? I'm not trapped. I'm doing great. That's what a lot of people think. Or there are people that do realize they're trapped, meaning they're getting overworked, underpaid. Maybe they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Maybe they know there's no light at the end of the tunnel and they're stuck, they're frustrated. There's no way out in their mind. Like, there's nothing I can do. I just have to play the hand of cards I've been dealt in life and just work hard and pay my bills, and so be it. That's the way it's going to be. So there's a lot of different ways that people are trapped, and some know it, some don't. Some people feel bad about being trapped. Some people feel fine and don't even realize they're trapped. So what I guess I would ask everybody to just stop and ponder for a second. God forbid you lost your job, you got sick, you couldn't work, or you wanted to retire. What would happen to your income, and therefore what would happen to your life, your lifestyle, if something like that snuck up and bit you? Now, if you already hate your job and you lost it, maybe that's a blessing in disguise, maybe you thought, but the average American right now is 3 paychecks away from being homeless, meaning if they lost 3 checks in a row, they would not be able to pay the rent or mortgage and they would be out on the street. So that's pretty daunting when you think about it. But then again, there's other folks that maybe, I don't want to insinuate that anybody hates their job. Okay, let me just assume right now for a few minutes that you actually love what you do. You love what you do, and you're good at doing it. But let me ask you a question. If you're the Michael Jordan of your job, like nobody does your job better than you, would you ever be able to retire like 20 years from now, busting your tail, being the Michael Jordan of it? 20 years from now, would you ever be able to retire with your dream lifestyle? Meaning you've got all the time freedom and the financial freedom and you can do anything you want financially, you've got the wherewithal. Would you ever be able to do that? Now, 99 out of 100 people I ask that of, and I've talked to big crowds all over the world, and rarely does a hand go up and somebody says, oh yeah, my job's gonna provide that for me. So if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, right? If there's nothing to be shooting for, no North Star, like on this date, I'm going to be able to retire and I'm going to have tons of money and I can go enjoy the rest of my life, live out my golden years how I see fit. If there's no North Star like that, doesn't that bum you out? Maybe you never thought about it before, but that's why I wrote the book Untrapped, Freedom Manifesto. Become an entrepreneur to escape the grind and find freedom and happiness. Freedom and happiness is found when you are in control. The human drive of control, we all have it inside of us. We all want to be able, nobody wants somebody else's thumb on our neck. Nobody wants to be told what to do, when to do it, how much you're going to get paid, worse yet, how much you're not going to get paid, when you're allowed to get sick, take vacations, when you can see your kids. No, you can't take a day off today to go see your kid at a recital because we've got work to do around here. That's typical, but that nobody wants that. So I would call that trapped. And now, untrapped may not be a word until now, but guess what? It's on the cover of a book, so maybe now untrapped is now a word. And look, if you're trading your time for money, you will never be able to experience complete time freedom because it's a contradiction. How can you have complete time freedom if you have to keep giving your time away to get money for it? If you're employed, your employer expects you to do work in order to get paid. If you're self-employed, you still need to trade your time for money. You have to have the self-discipline to do that. You could be a doctor doing surgeries or seeing patients. You could be an attorney billing hours. You can be an artist that's performing. Again, if you don't work, you don't get paid. So at the end of the day, if you're trading your time for money, you'll never have real, full, complete time freedom. Now, do you want that? That's a big question. Do you want to have complete control in your life? Yes? Well, if that's the case, you need to understand there are 3 forms of income. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of time and no money and they're unhappy. I know a lot of people have a lot of money and no time and they're unhappy. Happiness is when you have both at one time. So the three forms of income that exist out there, and I was very blessed to be around amazing mentors, mega millionaires, even a billionaire who I learned this information from at an early age, which allowed me to make the shift to become an entrepreneur, to stop trading my hours, trading my time for dollars, and actually build up cash flow income streams that come into me whether I get up in the morning and do anything or not. That's what I got. That's what I want for you. Now, I learned that there are three forms of income. Linear income is getting paid on what you do. If I was in real estate like I was, if I sold a house, I got paid. If I don't sell a house, I don't get paid. At your job, you do your job, you do your work, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. We're all used to linear income. Nothing wrong with that. It's better than no income, but that's a lesser of the three. And then you've got leveraged income. Leveraged income is getting paid on other people's time and energy, on other people's efforts. You've probably heard of OPM, other people's money. Hedge fund managers make billions of dollars investing other people's money and getting a little piece. OPE, other people's efforts. That's like a real estate broker. Instead of being an agent and only getting paid on his or her own sales, wouldn't you rather be a real estate broker and have hundreds of agents out there working for you and get a little piece of the action off each one of their sales? A lot of little pieces could add up to be a lot of money. So don't you want to be in the broker's seat? Don't you want to have other people that are helping to sell the houses, to sell the widgets, to do whatever you're trying to get done? Leveraged income is way better than linear. Now, most people don't have leveraged income. Most people are being leveraged. By the way, your boss, the owner of your company, they're leveraging you. They're buying you at wholesale and selling you at retail. You're never going to get paid what you're worth at your job. And don't wish for that, because if your boss paid you and everybody that works there what they were worth, there would be no profit margin and the company would go out of business. Then you'd have to go find another job. So you're never going to get paid what you're worth at a job. It's just that inherently that's just the way it has to work. Otherwise, companies could not exist. So how do you get paid what you're worth or beyond what you're worth? You got to go from linear to leveraged income. And then the third form of income, the most important, the holy grail of income, is residual income. Now, you might have heard this term tossed around. You might think you know what it is. But if you truly knew what residual income is, you'd go through a brick wall in order to get some. Residual means you do something one time. Yet you get paid over and over and over and over and over for what you did once. Like Michael Jackson recorded a song one time. Every time the song airs, he gets paid. And even posthumous, even after he died, his estate still gets paid every single time. That's why Michael Jackson is still one of the top 50 highest paid entertainers in America today, years after he's passed away. Why? Because residual cash flow is the key. So the question I have for you is, what income are you relying upon right now for you and your family's lifestyle? Is it just linear? 95 out of 100 people, their answer is going to be yes. Do you have a leveraged income? Are you getting paid on other people's efforts? Now you might say, yes, I do. I'm the boss. I'm a manager at my company and I get paid on my employees that are in my department. Well, yes and no, but no. Yes, you're responsible to manage those people, but your job is the manager to manage those people. If you ever stop being a manager at that company, does your income go away? Yes. Okay, so it's still linear. If you don't show up to manage, you're still not getting paid. So you probably have linear income, and that's probably all you have, and you never really thought about it because nobody ever had this conversation with you. But do you have leveraged income? Meaning, do you have a business model where you get paid even if you're not showing up? As long as they keep showing up and they keep producing, you keep getting paid. Even if you take a 2-month or a 6-month holiday to go travel around the world, will you keep getting paid? That's leveraged income. And then residual income. Do you have any of that? If you stop doing what you're doing today, will the money keep flowing for work that you did yesterday? Now, what I found, the holy grail, the key to freedom is having passive leveraged and residual income. Can you imagine if you could find a business model? Okay, if you can find a business model where not only do you get paid when you do stuff, linear income should still have that, but what if you also had other people's efforts involved and you're getting leveraged income on their efforts and you get paid residual income on their efforts month after month, year after year into the future? Would that not be something that you would want to take a look into? Now, here's what's amazing to me, okay? Most people never really have this conversation. They've never actually heard this information and had to put this way to them before. But even still, I have actually had people read this book and have a complete aha moment. And it's life-changing. Like they make a decision from that day forward, I'm going to do something about this. Like Jim Rohn always taught, you work hard all day at your job to earn a living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. So they're like, okay, well, I'm going to keep my job. I can keep my job, but I can start a side project so I can start building up some leveraged income, build up some residual income. So one day when that cash flow eclipses what I make at my full-time job, I can get rid of the job and my lifestyle does not have to have any kind of a hiccup because I've already replaced that income by my own project that I have control over. That's got passive, leveraged, and residual income. That's the key. Now, here's what I would encourage you to think about. You might say, I don't have time. I don't have time to start up a side business. Even if I really want to go out there and create leveraged and residuals, I don't have time to do that. Well, you have time to watch TV. You have time to check the news. You have time to get on social media. You have time to go to the movies once in a while. You have time to go sit in a line at Starbucks for 10 minutes to go get coffee. Look, you have time. We all have time. Okay? The question is, are you going to see fit? Are you going to prioritize some of that time, a little bit of time, and let it compound over time to create your freedom for you? Because you can make an excuse all day long and say, well, it is what it is. I'm working 60 hours a week. I've got kids. I've got church. I've got all these other responsibilities. So therefore, I'm going to stay trapped where I'm at, and I'm never going to change my life because it's just, there's nothing I can do about it. There is something that you can do about it. Okay, you can have a mentor who can help teach you how to take slivers of time, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and over the course of a period, maybe it's 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, you can create a side enterprise that will throw off the cash flow so that you'll never have to tell somebody ever again, I don't have time. Because if you say, I don't have time to start a side business, to get into a network marketing project or something, then you're probably the same person that tells your spouse or your kids, sorry, honey, sorry, kids, we can't afford it, or I don't have time. Your kid might have something that they want you to come to at school or something, whatever. And you're like, hey, sorry, I have to work. Aren't you tired of saying sorry? Sorry, honey, we can't afford that. Sorry, you can't go to that school. Sorry, we can't give to church. Sorry, we can't go on a mission trip. Sorry, we can't get a new car. Sorry. Well, stop being sorry. Grow a backbone. Get rid of the wishbone. Everybody's got a wishbone. I wish I won the lottery, so one day we can have all this freedom. Wishbone, no. Replace your wishbone with a backbone. And say, you know what? I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do this for my family. I'm going to go start a side business. Matter of fact, let me share with you one of the pages in the Untrapped book here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that right there is a picture from a day in a planner. A day in a planner. And you got all this time during the day that you probably have filled up doing other things. But you see that one little grayed out area? That one little grayed out, that little half an hour or hour? You can build a side business with that little bit of time each day. I just took your excuses away for you. You're probably feeling empowered, like, really? Really? Can I really make any kind of a dent? Can I really make any progress, have any success with an hour or a half an hour a day? That's all I had when I got started in an entrepreneurial project. I got into a network marketing business and I was already working 60 hours a week in real estate, 7 days a week. I had no time for anybody else, right? Anything else. But I needed to change that. Keep doing what you're doing, you keep getting what you're getting. And by the way, let me also share something with you. What if that side project, it doesn't have to be a home run. It doesn't have to be 20 grand a month that you're making extra on the side, okay? Let's not fill your head with this some big pipe dream that's going to happen overnight. But what if you can make an extra $1,500 a month from a side business that's got leverage? So you got other people that are going to help you do it. You're going to be a part of a team, and you're going to get paid on that team. Okay, not just your efforts, but their efforts are going to combine into your income. $1,500 a month. If you just invested that, I've got a chart in the book. If you haven't read Untrapped, read the book, untrappedbook.com. Go get a copy. Get it on Audible. It's going to change your life. If you invest that $1,500 a month at a 10% compounded return over time, which the S&P stock index has averaged 10% return over the last 50 years on average. So if you just put it in the S&P index fund, and if it just did what it normally does, 10%, then in 10 years, that $1,500 a month is going to grow into $309,000. You're like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to be able to retire? I don't have the money to retire. This is how you do it. In 20 years, you got 1.1 million. In 30 years, you got 3.4 million. And in 40 years, you've got $9.5 million. Just making an extra $1,500 a month and not spending it, but investing it. This is the key to freedom. They don't teach this in high school. They don't teach this in college. Your parents probably didn't teach you this. People you hang around probably don't know this information. They probably are trading their time for linear income as well. I would ask that you stop being stubborn. Stop being like cross-armed. Have you been crossing your arms the whole time? Have you even made it this far? Some people probably just clicked away and they're not even watching the video anymore. Stop being stubborn and brainwashed. Let yourself be sold on a better path. Is this guy, Brian Carruthers, trying to sell me something? Yeah, I'm trying to sell you something. Look, I don't care if you go buy the book or not. I just gave you some of the content from the book. I don't get rich by selling a book, okay? It's a couple dollar margin in a book. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to help you understand that there is a better way. And then if you just open your mind to open up the door, stop being like this, stop living your life like this. Open your door of receptivity and say, hey, look, because a mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open, right? Think. Allow yourself to think outside of the box that you've been put in, that you're raised in. Your grandparents, your parents, the school system all taught you, go to school, get good grades, get out with a degree, go get a job, and work your butt off for the rest of your life, or whatever employer will pay you the most for that linear paycheck. There is a better way, okay? My story is just one of the thousands of stories. My wife and I, Melissa, we've got 3 amazing boys, and we're home with them every day. Our kids have no idea what it would be like to have a parent working outside of the home. They wouldn't know what it would be like. We don't go to offices. We don't go to jobs. Entrepreneurship is the key to freedom. It allows us to live how we want, going on trips every quarter, going away for weeks at a time. I mean, that's what everybody probably wants, but you got to turn that wishbone into a backbone and go get it. It's gettable. I pray and I wish for you that you find a way to get untrapped, to become an entrepreneur, to find the happiness and freedom that I know you want. We can help you do it. Get into network marketing and watch how it works. Hey, Brian Carruthers here, your favorite network marketing coach and author of Building an Empire. Hopefully you enjoyed the free content I gave you today to help you further grow your network marketing income. If you liked what you saw, definitely head over to empirebuildersvault.com. I've got training programs that I've actually created over the last several years. 1, Top Recruiter Secrets, to teach you everything about how to be a top recruiter in your company. Secondly, locker room training, 5 intensive hours where we get in the locker room, we take the gloves off, and I can actually get, quite frankly, in your face about how to get raw and real, to uncover any roadblocks you might be having to help you succeed in your business. Network Marketing Leadership Academy, 6 hours of how to become a more effective leader and build a massive team. Time Masters for time management. Facebook for network marketers. I've got so much content I want you to get access to, and my Empire Builders Pro app. How would you like to be able to put your prospects into an email recruiting campaign that I have created that is generic, that will sell your prospects on why they need to become an entrepreneur in network marketing with your company? Go to empirebuildersvault.com and you can see how you can subscribe and start using that content and use those tools today.